Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to some big news. Although if you've been keeping on top of what's been going on over the last few days, this probably won't come as too much of a surprise. It has been confirmed by F1 that this weekend's Grand Prix at Imola has been cancelled. Intense downpours across the Emilia Romagna region have caused widespread flooding, with areas near to the Imola circuit affected, including the river behind the track, which has reached a dangerously high level. And at the circuit itself, images have emerged of flooding at the support paddocks and the TV compound, with team personnel and media told not to travel to the track today as there were fears the situation could get worse. F1, the FIA, Italian authorities and race organisers held crisis talks this morning, that's Wednesday if you're watching at a later date, and later released a statement which said the following. The Formula One community wants to send its thoughts to the people and communities affected by the recent events in the Emilia Romagna region. We also want to pay tribute to the work of the emergency services who are doing everything they can to help those in need. Following discussions between Formula One, the president of the FIA, the competent authorities including the relevant ministers, the president of the Automobile Club of Italy, the president of Emilia Romagna region, the mayor of the city and the promoter, the decision has been taken not to proceed with the Grand Prix weekend in Imola. The decision has been taken because it is not possible to safely hold the event for our fans, the teams and our personnel, and it is the right and responsible thing to do given the situation faced by the towns and cities in the region. It would not be right to put further pressure on the local authorities and emergency services at this difficult time. Although there is no official line in any press release I've seen, it has been reported the race could be rescheduled for later in the year, but finding a spot for it won't be easy with such a congested calendar, and actually, motorsport.com says in their article that it is thought unlikely the event will be rescheduled. That's one of those watch this space situations though. There we have it then, no F1 racing this weekend. Of course, I'm disappointed, as I'm sure many of you are, and that's not selfish, by the way. I've seen people calling other people out on Twitter, but you can be disappointed and still understand and agree with the decision why it was taken and show concern for the people in the region. After all, as human beings, we are capable of showing more than one emotion at a time. But I was looking forward to this weekend, especially with Imola being one of my favourite tracks, so it is a shame. But looking at some of the videos and images from the area, reading the news, the fact emergency services will be tied up dealing with much bigger issues than a Grand Prix, as well as the risk posed to travelling fans, this was absolutely the right thing to do. Yep, I suppose they could, assuming the circuit was okay, have held the race behind closed doors, so no fans, maybe as a 2-day event. But then you've still got the risk to team personnel, marshals, media getting to the track in the first place, as well as how you get them out again ready for Monaco next week. It was the safest and most sensible option to call it off for now. Allow the region to focus on relief efforts, pack up and start preparing for Monaco. And I will add as well, F1 deserves some credit for making the call early rather than waiting until about 10 minutes before FP1 on Friday. I know a lot of people are asking why F1 didn't wait to see how things were closer to the weekend, as the forecast shows conditions are set to improve, although it is expected to stay wet. The thing is though, even if the water disappeared immediately, there will be damage to infrastructure across the region, it may still not be safe to travel, and as already mentioned, the emergency services will be tied up trying to help those in need, not trying to make sure a motor race can go ahead. I will take a moment to speculate on any potential rescheduling of the race, although it's hard to see where it fits in. Moving it to after the Spanish Grand Prix, which is an idea I've seen mooted, is not likely because, for one, that's only a few weeks away and the region may still be recovering. But also, 4 races back-to-back ending in Canada is just not going to happen. And that's the same reason why it won't be held after the race in Montreal, because that's 4 races back-to-back starting in Canada and ending at Silverstone. The first spot I see as viable is the weekend of August 4th to 6th. That's the weekend after the Belgian Grand Prix. And I know what you're thinking. What about the summer break? Well, some people are under the impression that the summer break starts the moment teams leave Belgium and restarts the week of the Dutch Grand Prix, but that is not the case. In fact, factories have to be closed for 14 consecutive days, and that's 14 days the teams can choose, by the way. And so in theory, the race could be run the weekend after Spa, creating a triple header with Hungary and Belgium. The summer shutdown could then start shortly after that and run for the 14 days as per Article 24.1 of the sporting regulations, and that might work. After that, though, I can't see where it slots in unless they run it the week before Zandvoort and have the summer shutdown beforehand, because then we hit the flyaway races and that complicates matters further. That is obviously just speculation. There is the chance the race stays cancelled because there just isn't anywhere to put it without asking other circuits to change their dates, which I don't see happening, without F1 having to pay compensation and or cover the cost of ticket cancellations, or as already mentioned, running 4 races back to back, which again I just don't see happening. As for Imola's financial losses, there is the possibility, should the race not be rescheduled, that they could strike a deal with F1 that sees their current contract due to expire at the end of 2025 extended for a further year to cover the loss of this weekend's event, but that's something I'm sure will be discussed in the future. Once again, though, it is a shame from a purely racing perspective that the event has been called off, but as I'm sure most of you will agree, given the situation in the region, this was the correct decision by the sport. And my thoughts, of course, go out to everyone who has been affected by this and to those who have tragically lost loved ones as a result of the crisis. If you are from the area, then please do take care and stay safe. That is it for this one then, but I'd be interested to know if you think the race will be rescheduled, and if so, when? Let me know in the comments section down below. Now, obviously, there won't be a preview out tomorrow because there is nothing to preview, but I will be back soon with some more content as always. I'll let you know when. In the meantime, though, please do drop a like on the video as it really does help the channel out, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos or streams. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.